To start off, in my essay, I focused on stress in students, but primarily at a college level. These students are experiencing high levels of stress from a variety of different sources. In an interview I looked at with Dr. Tracy Lowenthal, who has considerable knowledge and experience on this topic, stated this. The main stressors I've witnessed in students are new living environment, first time living independently from family, and difficulty making decisions independently. Being required to manage sleep and hygiene on their own can sometimes create stress. Students are attempting to balance a heavier academic load than high school while trying to connect socially with an entirely new group of individuals, as well as being in charge of their own care. The availability of alcohol, drugs, and sexual freedom is often a struggle for students too. So this quote just kind of provides some background information about what these college students may be experiencing that is causing their stress. So an overview of the solutions I presented in my essay are thinking positive, proper sleep, having a hobby or relaxation technique, and increasing the number of counselors at colleges. Firstly, on the subject of thinking positive, just changing how you perceive your situation and the world around you can have dramatic effects on lowering your stress levels. This has been scientifically proven for some time and is also known to lower the effects of depression and anxiety while also increasing your overall happiness. There is a drawback, though, being that people with a more severe habit of thinking negatively may have a harder time breaking this habit and thinking more positively. Another solution would be getting the proper amount of sleep each night. In college, you may be expecting to be able to do what you want and stay up all night and partying and things like that as a way to de-stress. But however, this will have the opposite effect. So if you stay up all night and party and stuff like that, it can lead to your grades suffering because the next day you'll have a hard time focusing in class and just have a harder time staying awake. There is a drawback to this, though, being that those people who are staying up late to finish homework or study, they may say that they don't have the time to get the appropriate amount of sleep each night, but this should still be taken into consideration. Moving on to my next resolution, which is having a hobby or relaxation technique that works for you. This can be anything from journaling or just walking outside. Some may argue that they don't have time for this because of the stress and things that they have to do, but really everybody has a few minutes of their day to spend just walking outside. This could have another dramatic effect on lowering one's stress. And lastly, I stated that increasing the number of counselors at colleges could lead to a lower level of stress in students because the level of stress in students is continuously increasing each year. And so to help counter that, we could provide more staff for each student suffering. There is, of course, a drawback with this too. This would be very costly to hire a bunch more counselors and people of that sort. This would also take a lot of time to implement. But personally, I feel that my first three solutions would be the most effective, which are getting the right amount of sleep each night, having a good way to relax or de-stress, and then also would be just thinking positive in general. The reason I didn't state my last one, which would be to get more counselors and things like that into colleges, is due to just how much it would cost, and it would take a lot of time to implement this, and you would have to get committees and things like that. These other three solutions that I do agree with are cost effective and they're simple and they can be done independently and they don't take nearly as much time. All in all, I've learned just how prominent of an issue stress is on students and how there can be a variety of harmful effects from it. I've also learned that there are solutions that can be viable, like getting the right amount of sleep each night, thinking positively, and just having a good relaxation technique that works for you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for watching this video.